Well, all of you except Coretta know me, and I think you know why I'm here, because you all took an assessment. So, how was it? How did that feel? What'd you think?
Some questions I was like,
Some are hard, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So like, yeah, some of them was like, I feel like if I were to take this 3 times,
They'd be different.
I'd leave a different answer on some of these,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Like-
Just so you know, that's totally normal. Same thing with me. And actually, I have taken it 3 times, and it's been a little different each time. But it's also been across time. And that's one cool thing about the DISC report, is that it is a snapshot of you right now. And so you can change over time. And so I'm not going to go into this yet. This is the second part. So we are doing 2 separate things today. The first is a debrief. So if you all have access to your reports,
Yes.
you can look at them on your phones or whatever. You're not going to be sharing the whole report with anybody unless you want to. But we are going to talk about DISC. So, as you might have guessed from if you glanced at the report, this is a model of behavior. And we are all a combination of all 4 styles, the D, the I, the S, and the C. The D, as you might know, if you want to look at your reports, I think it's page 3, but there's a little box. But it's dominant, the driver, and then the I is influencing, and they like,
Inspiring.
yeah, inspiring, thank you. I'm like, I thought I wrote those down. Anyway, S is steady and stable, those kinds of things. And then C, compliant. I hate that word. I'm a C. I'm like, I hate that word. Correct is a better one, so yeah. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about, in a group setting, I'm gonna kind of walk you through the report as if I were individual. You'll just have to pay attention to your own report, and we won't get super in depth as if I would, individually. But it's like 95% the same. So, okay, let's go to page 4. And there's 3 graphs. You see those 3 graphs? We're actually going to start in the middle one. So the middle one is the one where we would say you are naturally wired this way. So if you pay attention, you'll have some of the letters that are above the midline and some are below. And you all have a different intensity of all 4. And like I said, we are all a combination of all 4. It's just what is the intensity of each of the styles. So when you're under stress, this is the one that shows up the most. That's kind of your natural wiring, your natural reaction under stress. Okay, and then if you look to the third one, this is the one that you would look at as a day-to-day, kind of just your regular day-to-day. This is how you've adapted over time, that kind of thing. The graph 3 is actually the one, if you have some differences between 1, 2, and 3, graph 3 is the one that gives you the report name. So like Alicia is a DI, and I can't remember your middle graph or your first graph, but you could actually have maybe her D is, or her I is like lower than the midline on graph 1 or something, but it's graph 3 that determines the report style. So, okay, and then if you go back, if you go back to graph 1, this is now what we would say is your public self. It's kind of how you've adapted to be in the role you're in, or when you were taking the assessment, it's basically the environment that you were thinking of when you took it. So if you remember from the email, I said, anchor yourself in a certain environment, work, home, church, like whatever. That's the one that would show up the most in graph 1.